Welcome to another episode on the Volvo. Currently working on the inner arch repair. So you've got this section here, and then you've got another section which goes on the inside, which is this panel here. So if you can see in here, you've got this lip that runs all the way up and around on the inside and all the way down here, and then that will continue, and this is the remains of it from what I've had to cut out. So what I need to do is finish cleaning all this wax oil under seal off, like I've done so here, using Matt's favourite toy and a bit of fire and a scraper. That comes off really easy, and then you finish it off with a wire brush. Once that's done, I'm hoping to be able to see the remains of this lip all the way around, so I can go through with a cutting disc, slightly cut all the way around to separate the outside lip, so I can then grind back what's remaining at the outside panel. So you've only got the inner one left and the outside has been completely removed. I'm going to have to replace this corner. As you can see, it seems gone there, but at the moment I don't know how far up I've got to go, so I'll have a look once I've cleaned it all back and go from there. Now, I don't have any sort of tripod, so I'm going to get on with the work and then bring you back in once all this is cleaned out, back to metal, and then show you the lip I need to cut, and then show you the progress after that. After about 10 minutes, you're left with what looks like this. So all the lines are scrape marks, but about 90% of all the underseals off. The reason you do this is just to make it easier on the wire wheel. You're not spreading the oil and tar everywhere, you're just spreading what's left of it, and it cleans it up really quick. Much easier and cleaner than just attacking it without scraping it off first. Once you've scraped it off, it comes into little clumps like that. So yeah, and the car is currently on a pallet because of the state of the jacking points. The pallets all down the cross members all the way down just to secure the car. I've still got a jack under it and the other side wheel on for the moment, but it will be having all the rear axle out just to make it easy to repair this. Alright, bringing you back in now after attacking it with the grinder and wire wheel and then a paint removing disc. So it's all cleaned up rather nicely around the top section on both sides. But you can see where it's very thin and gone through in this area, and then same up here at the lip. Now I've been able to find where this lip is all the way around, so the next step is basically get a cutting disc and just cut on this side of it, so up here, to get back as close as I can to separate what's left of the panel and then remove it. Welcome to the inside of the car. Now, this is the arch that I've just been cleaning up, and this video is just to explain how it all fits together. So as you can see here, this is where all the patches were on the outside. So that's the seatbelt mount. So it's got the big plate behind it, and these were the patches and what they were attempting to cover up, which runs all the way up and into the boot. Down here you can see more patches, but there's two reasons we're in here. One is this lip here. This is the lip for the inside, and then you've got the door, the actual body panel, which is the second lip which goes onto the outside. So I'll just put my phone through here, and there you go. You can see where it's all been trimmed back. Now, the way to weld this in, by the looks of it, is I'm going to have to go and find all the spot welds that's holding this arch in, drilling through it, and then clamping the two panels together and welding that way. Once the panel goes in, which you'll see once I go back outside, there's no way of actually getting a welder into that gap. This is all sealed in. So unless you're taking the complete arch and the whole back rear quarter off, this is the only way that I can see of doing it. The second thing about coming in here was to find out how all the layers went together. Now, it looks like this has been very poorly repaired in the past. You can see there's all these tack welds down here on the door. So it looks like that panel's rotted in the past and they've just welded a new one in. But it doesn't line up at all, and you can see it's not even joined to the car properly. So I'm going to have to cut out that corner and then clean back all this to find out where the panel is and how it's actually where it's meant to be, so I can fix that correctly. Back to the outside. So all this now has been trimmed out as close as I can get it for now, and it's going to need finishing off properly at a later date. But as I'm working on a driveway in the open, don't want to work too late on it really. Going back to here, and we're stating that this is the panel that's been like just stuck in, so it goes down there and around. So I can't see any welds on it from the inside, so I'm not sure where it's from. When you look out here, you can't see much either, but as you can tell here, that's how they've welded. But actually, it might just be this panel here comes down here round, and I don't know, that's for another day, another investigation. But either way, that's not right at all. In the sill, you see more really bad welds, and the same all the way down in here. But it's just tack welded in places with pieces of metal stuck on another one to try and make it look solid. So next job is to clean up all this the best I can all the way up. You can see it's all one panel, so I'm going to have to carefully clean that all back so that the new panel, the repair panel, can fit to that correctly, as well as repair this all the way down. And then once that's on, I can start looking at actually repairing the outside one, and then working my way around this to a point where it's solid enough that the body's not going to fall off. I've now done some cleaning up to find out where this panel joins. So you can see up here at the top, it's been welded, and then it's basically panel all the way down. That's all been one panel replaced, and then this is how they've decided to repair the bottom corner of the sill. So it's all little plates just tacked in, thrown together, and then covered with filler really. So you can see when you go around here where there's a piece here. Now that I know is from the arch, but it's how far that goes in. So the plan now is clean up this panel and remove it carefully, like clean up back all here, find out where the seam and everything joins together, and then we can remove it. So the first thing is to remove this window. as it's going to be quite close to where I'll be working. First step is removing the chrome trim. Big thanks to Mark for getting these trim remover pieces. It makes this very easy. Just push it in and slowly go around and relieve the pressure, and then it will come out where it joins. You need 2 hands to do this, so do it off camera. Window has now been successfully removed in one piece. Just from a quick investigation, you can see there's more rust repairs required there, and this corner has gone all the way through as well, so I'll have to create something to go there. It's actually quite simple to remove the window. I'll go and explain on the other side. So this is the other side window. Found the easiest thing to do was, once you remove the chrome from the outside, is you've got this lip here. Once it's removed, you can remove the sealant that's between the two things to stick it in, and this will push behind the actual lip of the window. And once you push enough around, the window just pops out in one piece with the seal still attached. So actually not too bad. Looks like there's going to be another repair on this side to do, but this window is going to stay in for the moment. Well, you join me inside the wing. It's an interesting turn of events appeared. And when I was looking at the top, it looked like it had been tack welded across the window, and under further investigation you can see burn marks from welding on the panel. If you follow it round, that bit is around the C-pillar, and there's a weld all the way around. And if we keep going back into the boot, you can see there's a rust patch, but more burn from welding. So at some point this car has had a full replacement wing. So yeah, it's been rather unexpected. I think I believe this has a to be continued and get some assistance to basically check that there is no accident damage on this side before I continue. I've also decided to take the driver's side rear window out. Main reason was to investigate something I saw on the other side. I wanted to check the seam and how it was welded. So on this side you've got just as much rust through the panel, and then that runs all the way down, and there's another rust patch in this corner, and you can see the seam here is alright though. It's just this corner needs repairing, as well as these two areas, and most probably down there.